Saltă inima în plăcere când o ascultăm și pe buze aduce miere când o cuvântăm. Româneașul o iubește ca sufletul său, cântă, scrie românește pentru Dumnezeu.
Mark saw this tree. I'm talking about this is a virgin forest, big old trees. It had all this ivory in the top of it. So he told Luke, go home and get me the chainsaw.
Actually, I mean, that is a major mistake.
I don't remember doing that. I mean, I remember the incident, but I don't remember all that went on. I don't know why.
It must not have seemed unusual to you.
No, I guess not.
You just get out a chainsaw and you start cutting.
So Luke rides the bike back home. My mom's not home. My dad's not home. He gets the chainsaw, rides back out in the forest, gives it to Mark. Mark commences to cutting down the tree. Cuts the whole tree down. I'm talking about a big tree. And then, well, yeah, he could have got in trouble for that, in big trouble for that. You're not allowed to have a chainsaw in the forest. Or an axe. If they find you with an axe in the forest, they'll take your buggy, your car, whatever you have, whatever's with you. Sort of like hunting here. If you're caught poaching or whatever, then how they take your truck and your car or your boat, whatever you're using.
Now, what's a buggy mean? Are there people that...
Like a cart. A cart, like a...
You mean people that they use horses or mules to...
Yeah, that's common in the village. A lot of people have horse and buggies. So he cut down the tree, and then instead of... This is going to be funny telling you this. Instead of picking the ivy off the tree, he cuts a big limb off the tree that has a bunch of ivy on it, tells Luke to drag it back home, and he gets on the bike and just rides back home while Luke drags this big branch of ivy back home.
Marcos, you don't remember anything?
No comment. I don't remember that. I really don't. No, I remember a part. I don't remember cutting. I remember. What I remember was that I think it was already like halfway down or something, and I cut it a certain way. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't have done that. If a Gorski would have came in the woods, which is like a game warden who protects the woods from people cutting down trees and the wildlife and stuff, he could have possibly confiscated my dad's car, my dad's van, for my actions.
Saltă inima în plăcere când o ascultăm și pe buze aduce miere când o cuvântăm.
It seems like every day on an American radio, somebody's either reporting something that Muslim extremists are doing to destroy this country and other countries, or they're talking about Muslims hating Americans. But I interview people who say that when they are with Muslims overseas, they love America. You guys grew up with them. Tell me about them.
It goes both ways. Of course, if you love somebody, then they're going to love you back. If you hate somebody, then they're going to hate you back. And for the most part, over 90% never had a problem with any of them. And then again, you have your extremists that you hear about on the news, which pretty much that's all you hear on the news is your extremists. And, but like I said, you learn their language, even if you don't know their language. If you treat them right, they'll treat you back. Just like anybody here, if you're in the store and somebody's rude to you or mean to you, you're not going to be nice to them. You're going to be rude right back to them.
So you guys don't look at Muslims as somebody that as a threat to you.
I think it's good to study about it. It's definitely, I think every American should definitely study about Islam or about Muhammad and about the Quran so they can understand what they believe.
I'm mainly asking, I suppose, did you feel threatened growing up with Muslims?
No, I did not. I did not feel threatened.
I've gone to school with them, and I mean, I never ever felt that I was in any kind of danger.
Yeah, you always have two parties. I can remember I was over there in, when was it, 2000, 2001, when the World Trade Centers were hit. You got two different reactions. One of them, people all sad, and another one, people, oh yeah, America got what they deserved right there. So, uh,
You could get that in Britain. You could get that in Germany.
Yeah, there's at least two sides to every culture and country where I mean, you just have to, you can't necessarily say a whole religion or a whole culture.
really, you have to watch basing a religion, one religion, off of one person. You have to remember, just because you meet one person doesn't mean that their whole culture or everybody, their whole race or their whole religion revolves around them. So if you meet one Muslim who believes a certain way, who's, say, radical, doesn't mean that all Muslims are radical. So a lot of people have a problem where they associate a religion or a culture around a single person.
In other words, they have a bad experience and they say, they're all that way. And we have that with races, especially between blacks and whites in this country. And nowadays, especially with Hispanics. And if somebody has a bad experience with an immigrant, legal or illegal, they throw them all into the same boat. And I've heard this from so many people, and they just think, well, all those people are that way.
Româneașul o iubește ca sufletul său, cântă, scrie românește pentru Dumnezeu.
Hey guys, let's talk about sense of humor and some of the jokes you learned as you were growing up over there.
All right. One of the jokes has to do with stealing or thieves, and a lot of Romanians are associated with stealing. Well, you have your poor Romanians, your gypsies, your Turks, and then also your Romanians too. And you never leave anything out. I can't tell you how many footballs and soccer balls and baseball bats I had stolen from me because I'd leave them, set them down somewhere, run up to the apartment, come back down there, they're gone. I mean, you can't leave anything.
Marcos?
Yeah, you kick a soccer ball too far and go get it and it's gone.
You always like your house.
I remember one time being on the balcony and seeing some gypsies, Turkish gypsies, and they were just walking down. They had a key for some dacha, and they were going to every car on that street that was a dacha and trying to unlock the doors and grabbing whatever they could out of the cars. And whatever was in the glove box, and they just walk off. Just all kinds of stuff like that.
You'd even have to take your windshield wipers off because they'd steal them.
Come on.
No, I'm serious.
You take them off? Like, let's say you went into a store. Would you take them off?
No, but at night, whatever, if you didn't want your windshield wipers stolen, then you take them off. That was a lot in Bulgaria, not so much in Romania. Bulgaria is really bad for cars. So, and there's this joke about this American, this French guy, and this Romanian. And they're flying in a plane.